Hello and welcome to the Jay and Dre Show. I'm your host Dre.
I'm your boy Jay.
And we got another great topic of discussion this week. Kanye West. Mr. Good Music himself.
That's right.
We've known he's been in the sunken place. We suspected it for a long time. But have his recent trumpeting
Yeah.
has it confirmed it? Kanye in the sunken place? How do you feel about this?
Well, before we start with the way we feel about Kanye, I want you to run down a list of things that he said, or give the audience just a
little bit of what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's been a lot. Basically, in a nutshell, Kanye West has been like, he's Donald Trump's biggest fan. Nobody can change the way he feels about Trump. And basically, if you try to tell him anything contrary or point out any things to him to try to persuade him otherwise, he's saying you're obstructing his free thought. And that you're part of the group thing. He says he likes the way Candace Owens, I think her name is, thinks.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with her, but I have heard a couple quotes from her.
She's very inflammatory.
Honestly, she's the Black Ant Coulter from what I've gathered of her. So cute face, but that's about it.
Ant Coulter got a cute face?
No, it's like Candace Owens.
Oh, okay.
Ant Coulter looks like a skeleton.
She does.
Nah, Kellyanne Conway looks like a skeleton. Like somebody just hit her with a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Yeah.
But I digress. We get back on top. But those have just been some of the things going on. Of course, Kanye has been spotted with the trademark red "Make America Great Again" hat. And he is all on the Donald Trump train.
Shit, he got blonde hair too,
Oh, yeah, I know.
Hey, listen, man.
Oh, yeah. And even his boy John Legend reached out to him. He's posted it, apparently he's posting a text. John Legend has a new single out, by the way.
Nah, but listen, man. Listen, I'm with Kanye to a certain extent. Number one, I want to piggyback about the John Legend situation. And I like what he said to John Legend. Because John Legend said, you have too many fans, this and that. And Kanye West said, man, that's a tactic used to control artists. You can't restrict my free thinking. And I agree with that. John Legend, if you're going to approach me about being wrong in my thoughts, don't let it be because you think that I'm changing the minds of my fans or I'm going to lose fans. Let it be because you purely think I'm wrong. And Kanye is just purely wrong, and I'm okay with that. But when I say I agree with the majority of what Kanye's saying, it's in regards to the free thinking, man. And my main problem with this issue, and we explained it on Facebook, is that when the situation first happened, now, see, Kanye West has went a little further than when it first came out. He went a little over the But when it first happened, he was like, yo, black people have to stop blindly supporting the Democratic Party. All Republicans are not bad, blah, blah, this, and that. And I totally agree with that, man. And my thing is, you have people who are like, how dare Kanye support a Republican? How dare he support President Donald Trump? This, and that. And I still stand by the fact that, well, look, how dare you vote for Hillary Clinton last election? I mean, Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton are, I'm not going to say they are responsible for mass incarceration because that's really...
I will say that.
I mean, it's really, it was spearheaded by the drug law started by Ronald Reagan. But if he started the car, if he put a V6 in the engine, they came up with a V12. Like, they sped the engine up. So it's like, how on one hand you say, oh my gosh, Kanye likes... Donald Trump says inflammatory things. Bill Clinton arguably did one of the most inflammatory things towards black Americans in the last 30 years. So when Kanye West said stop restricting my free thinking, I'm with him. And there's too many puppets out there who are like, Donald Trump is bad, Donald Trump is bad. And they're no different than the people who said, Obama is bad, Obama is bad. Because if you sat down and asked them, what exactly do you not like about Donald Trump? Especially in regards to policy. They can't tell you. And it's a problem with that.
Well, part of why they can't tell you is because Donald Trump really don't got no policy. You can't disagree with something that's not there. Because he's the one. I will say this: I thank God that Trump is president every day because there are Republicans that think just like he does, that believe exactly what he does, and they're fully competent and able to carry out and execute on those ideals. I thank God that Trump's as dumb as a fucking brick every day.
That's right.
And the thing about it is, for one, that's why I hate all the impeachment talk. Do you really want Mike Pence for president? Mike Pence is Darth Vader. He can do every single thing that you fear Trump can do. Nah, bro. Like, real talk. Mike Pence, he can do a lot of stuff. He's a competent legislator. He comes from the legislature. He has a lot of ties and bonds. He's very well connected to the Washington donations complex. So he has that donor money backing him, and he's willing to push that agenda. He's no different than really any other politician. The majority of them are bought and paid for by the wealthy elites of this country. That's how come they don't represent us. That's how come you can look at several different polls on a lot of public opinion issues like gun control, like healthcare, certain things that poll 70% plus that don't get any discussion in the chambers of elected politics. That's how come out, like I previously said, we have a one-party system. The difference between the Democrats and the Republicans is honestly the Democrats are Republicans from maybe 10 years ago.
So then what's the problem with Kanye West saying, I support Donald Trump? What's the problem?
Because I don't support Trump, and I don't support Democrats, and I don't support Republicans. That's the problem I have with that, but I don't have any objection to what Kanye in basis is saying.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Because honestly, I believe a lot of people, not only black people, but Hispanics and a lot of other demographics should really truly hold their vote. Because honestly, for several years, you've been told you have to vote for the lesser of two evils. Voting for the lesser of two evils means that you yourself are implicit in the commission of evil. You are implicitly okay with the commission of evil. And to a certain extent, the argument has had its merits in its past. But this is the choice. Either I vote for a party that's going to screw me over or vote for a party that's going to do nothing for me. And when you have a government that's a republic that's supposed to represent people, those should not be your choices. So I say, I really do agree with it. Hold your vote until somebody comes to get your vote. You're not entitled to my vote. That's my problem with Hillary Clinton.
And that's why Kanye had on the hat, because he want to make America great again.
Nah,
you want to make America great again? Or do you not want? You want America to be bad? You don't want America at the top. You don't want to see America number one. You need to rock with Kanye. Nah, I'm playing, man. Listen,
you about to get a tweet for Candace Owens, bro.
She gonna endorse me. Hey, listen, man. Hey, obviously Donald Trump should be thought about by 98% of this country as, I forgot the word they use in Indian society for the untouchables. I forgot the word for it, but he should be in the far reaches and corner of the way that the majority of people in this country thinks, but that's not true. So don't misconstrue me by thinking that I agree with Donald Trump, but I do agree with the basis, like you said, of Kanye West saying, man, y'all robots. You know what I'm saying? The majority of you all don't really know why you're mad, but everybody else mad. So it's like Boondocks, right? When the guy, when they was fighting on the Nigga Moment episode, and they threw the chair, somebody in the crowd was like, I'm mad. And then they start fighting. It's that same mentality when it comes to, like, I say 75% of people in our culture. It's like, I'm not really sure why what Kanye was saying is so outrageous, but it is outrageous. And that's my problem with it, man. Have a actual basis. Before you say Kanye, which is the topic of this video, is in the sunken place, have a actual basis and a rundown that you can give as to why. Not just because he's in the sunken place because he like Donald Trump. Even though that's almost a good enough reason. But understand why I like Donald Trump is so bad.
Kardashian Kirsten got him.
Hey, we gotta talk about that too, man. What in the world? That might have to be another video, man. That might have to be a quick take. We gonna talk about
that's all of the
Kardashian woman got between their legs, man. It ain't never been seen in the lights of humanity. Cause that's gonna be a quick take. Cause this ridiculous, man. They put it over these brothers out here. Look here, you don't stand a chance. You better look at Kardashians. Hey Jay, you don't stand a chance. You better look at Kardashians. That's gonna be that. We're gonna do that a quick take. Go ahead about Kanye. We're gonna hold out. Go ahead about Kanye, man. Lord have mercy. God pray for the brother. He went to Queen Bee. That brother caught up. He caught up, man. He caught up in the rapture. It ain't his fault. Hey, go ahead, man. What's up?
But in essence, I agree. Like I said before, I agree fully with the premise because I can go through example after example, and I've probably forgotten so many. But even most recently, Doug Jones. There was all that big fuss about getting Roy Moore. The guy running against Roy Moore in Alabama, the guy that was a real talk though. It's one of those things where even with Doug Jones, everybody made such a big fuss about getting Doug Jones elected, about getting the Democrat in that seat. Democrat ain't been in this seat in Alabama in years. What's one of the first things he does? Folks on a payday lending bill that messes over some of the poorest people, which is also have to be some of those same minorities that help get them into power. So you can go after example, Bill Clinton and the crime bill. And this ain't gonna be popular, but I'm gonna say it anyway because it's the truth. Even Obama's presidency, for what he had and the list of his accomplishments after 8 years, he squandered political capital, trying to make people like him that was never gonna like him, trying to be appeasable to the Republicans that was never gonna be appeased. President Obama should have got far more policy accomplished.
He did more than his last 2 years. He did the previous 6. Because last 2 years is when, like you said, to me, as far as he tried to change some of the, he did change some of the sentencing for the federal guidelines. And basically, last 2 years is when he finally said, you know what, no matter what I do, these people are going to hate me. I'm going to just pass some laws that need to be passed and do some things and say some things. Even if it's not law, but even making all the black Marines that work, I think it's Murphy's Point in North Carolina, giving all them Congressional Medal of Honor. He did a lot of dope things the last 2 years, but he could have did so much more if he did the whole 8. I agree with you.
And this is my thing, man. Think about it. The Republicans just have a president, a majority in the House, a simple majority in the Senate. And they are running ruckshot legislatively. They're getting through pretty much everything they want, aside from healthcare repeal, which, they didn't have a plan. But think about it. President Obama had a filibuster-proof majority in the Senate. In fact, I want to say they had 62 Senate votes. You realize they 4 or 5 votes away from being able to change the Constitution? Mm-hmm. You had a majority in the House, and you had the presidency for 2 years. You should have passed anything you wanted, even the way healthcare, the Affordable Care Act is. The Affordable Care Act shouldn't have been passed without certain cost controls. It should have been passed in the state it was. And that was, honestly, when it comes to President Obama, I feel like he's a good president, but he could have been so much more. I feel like it
might be Black Twitter throwing shit.
Truth is a truth, and sometimes truth hurts. I met Obama twice. I like him personally. I think he's a very good guy.
Bro, you sound like you sat down and ate dinner with the brother.
Hey, man, we talked it up. I got 5 minutes with him, But real talk, just being honest. Should have got more. Should have gotten far more.
Man, I might slide over, man. Nah, man, but I dig it, man. But I guess in essence, what we're saying is we agree with the principles that Kanye West is standing on, from the standpoint of free thinking, that we got to get out the zombie-like following of the Democratic Party. One of the first videos we did, if anyone sees this and goes back and look, was on basically the destructive force of the welfare system, which is perpetuated by the Democratic Party. We could do a part 2 on that video, but and from that standpoint, man, I'm glad Kanye West. And then let's not forget, man, the album comes out June 1st. So,
y'all still about the album. I'm still about the album.
I'm still about the album too.
I like good music. I'm being honest. Kanye musically, sonically is a genius.
He's a genius.
He's one of the best artists of our generation.
He
But
produced Nas album too, so I can't let him go yet. I might let him go after June 15 when that Nas drop, but I'm still with Kanye West right now.
yo, man, you bought, man.
Hey man, what is your Boondocks R. Kelly, man? You know,
Man, 12 play.
hey. Yeah, but hey, what's the final say as a conclusion on this matter, sir?
I mean, Kanye West Kardashian is in a sunken place, like I said before. And I want to be clear about one thing you just said. When you talked about welfare. Not welfare in and of itself, but how welfare is administered.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Because there's nothing wrong with helping somebody that needs a hand.
Yeah.
But it is something wrong with trying to keep somebody dependent upon you.
And basically making it impossible for these people to be in a relationship. Basically making it where if it's two people, it's absolutely impossible for them to get help. When, even though it is two people, that same help is needed. Yeah. Which can lead to the destruction of families as it has done in the black community. But that's a different story. It's
for another day, but I just want to be very clear before anybody got the wrong idea on that.
Yeah.
But like I said though, Kanye West Kardashian is in a sunken place.
You need a sunken place though, man? Honestly, man, before we go, is he in a sunken place or is it number one for the album and number two just to get people to think different? Do you think he really feels like that?
Do Kanye West really feel that way?
I don't think so, man.
Is Wesley Snipes what?
That brother dark, man.
Hey, look, man. Real talk. I feel like this. The sunken place is the perfect analogy for it. We just have it. Kanye's been there ever since his mama died. Be honest. His mom's died. He really wasn't the same. That's when he started getting kind of crazy.
Snap. And he tried to 808 the heartbreaks. That brother been the Now he came back with
Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Dark Twisted Fantasy.
See,
that's weird.
There's some weird concepts in it.
But you know, he kind of stopped going on. You know what I'm saying? But it's Lord have mercy.
Drop Yeezus. No color.
Yeezus was some trash, man.
Hey, man.
Had Hold My Liquor and Blood on the Lead. The rest of it was trash. Right. Brown was good too, but yeah. So is he the sunken place or not, brother? What you saying?
I say yes. I say he been there for a long time.
I say no. He's just trying to get y'all attention. Kanye, come back, brother.
Kanye don't fake the funk, man.
Hey, listen. I know that thing good to you, man. I ain't know what they doing in that house, man. I don't know what you be putting on you, bro. Come on back. Come on back. Where people love you at, man. You saw Bruce. You ain't need Bruce no more. Lamar, ain't nobody did crack, just the age. That brother's on crack. Boy Scott, he's somewhere still drinking. He married to an 18-year-old. Hey, Rob, Lord have mercy. I ain't know what he had. Come on back, Kanye. Come on back, brother. All right, man. Hey, man, once again, don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe. We can start saying that at the beginning, too. But don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe. And it's another episode, man. I'm your boy Jay.
Foot Trey.
Come on back, Kanye. Peace.
I'm coming home again.